Hi guys, welcome to the general love reading for October 26th. This week we're going to be going through Halloween. Some people call it All Saints Day, some people call it Samhain. Whatever you call it, we're going to be going through it, okay? Unless it's Dia de los Muertos, and that's going to be next week. But basically, I wanted to just use Halloween colors, and I wanted to explain that. So each one of these piles is indicated by a different stone. The orange one is pile number 1. The white heart is pile number 2, and the black heart is pile number 3. Before I begin, I want to go ahead and thank my viewers for sending some awesome donations for the channel. I received these Palo Santo sticks. There's 6 of them. You'll notice that one's gone. That's because I used it today to clear some energy before I actually started recording this. And I want to thank you guys so much for this. And I also received a very, very beautiful deck that I have not gotten. I've just met this deck, okay, so I haven't gotten familiar with it. And I received this from a viewer named Linda, and I just wanted to thank Linda very much for this deck. I really, really wanted it. And it's got the artwork by Tony Carmine Salerno. And I just adore it, and you'll see actually in the love cards that we'll be using today also features his art, so you'll be able to see it. But I just wanted to take, I know this isn't a card review, but I did want to take some cards that I really love from this deck. This is the back, and I just wanted to show it to you guys so you'd get an idea of what the deck's like. I really like this. It's War and Peace. Yeah, I think that's really, really beautiful. We've got Illumination. And here is Color. I think that that's beautiful too. Oh, it's just great. I just really love the concept of this particular card, Mythic Reality. It's so important when we connect with certain concepts that affect humanity all throughout the ages. Reading myths, fairy tales, learning about creation stories in religion and all of that kind of stuff. It really helps us connect with the human spirit. And I really appreciate that this card honors that. And then the last card I have to show you guys is Perception. I think that that's so beautiful. I just really enjoy it. I think that it's great. I noticed that some of the themes here, while they are centered around the biblical figure, Mary Magdalene, but I found that a lot of the themes that are talked about in the cards also kind of connect to Carl Jung and his concept of the collective unconscious, his concept of psychology. One of the things that he had a lot to say about was how we perceive the world. He also put a lot of importance on mythic reality. So I really appreciate that too, because it's not just that root in a very strong religion that has millions and millions of followers, but it's also rooted in some, what I find to be sound psychological theory. But I'm sure you guys don't really want to hear me talk about Carl Jung. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to the reading. Before I begin, the only other thing is anything you need to know about me is in the description. If you feel moved to donate, that you know, those opportunities are in the description as well. If you would like a private reading, that's in the description. And my email's in the description if you need to contact me for whatever reason. All right, so let's go ahead and begin with pile number 1. If you haven't picked your pile yet, go ahead and pause, and let's go ahead and begin. All right, guys. So, general love reading for you guys. Oh, and I just want to acknowledge I am in my PJs. Today is definitely PJ days, so let's go ahead and look at the tarot first. Oh my goodness. Heartache, the Tower, and the Magician. Look at this. This card deck is a national treasure. Look at that guy. Doesn't he look exactly like Nicolas Cage? I mean, seriously. Let me see if I can hold it closer to the camera. It might just be blurry because I'm holding it closer, but like, I just think that that's amazing. Okay, so let's let's look at this situation here. So I can imagine that this would be a very scary thing to look at for you guys. I'm being told that the Three of Swords indicates heartache, either on your side or in your partner's side. It might indicate a third-party situation. That would be a situation where one or both of you is involved with another person. For example, someone who's in love with a married man is in a third-party situation. So kind of keep that in mind. We also have the Tower. The Tower can indicate like a few things, and in love, there are two major ways that I interpret it. On one side, just think about how we as people build walls around ourselves because we want to be seen in a certain way. The Tower can indicate our walls coming down and us becoming completely vulnerable. It's very, very anxiety producing to be that vulnerable, okay? So this can be speaking to vulnerability, and vulnerability can cause some heartache sometimes. However, a more traditional read of this, and something that I think is also going on for a lot of you, is just that some things, some beliefs, some worldviews just need to be torn down so you guys can start over and rebuild. And the reason why I can say that is that the Magician comes at the very end. This is heartache, the breaking down so you can rebuild, and then the Magician. And what does he do? He brings things to reality. So that's the positive spin on this, okay? And I don't want to say that this stuff isn't going to be hard, because it will be, and I don't want to minimize this stuff, but you are moving somewhere positive with this. Whether this means that you're going to have to leave the relationship for a little while, or whether you're going to have to just leave it forever, that's going to be up to you guys. But the Magician energy shows us that we are going to be rebuilding something. So if you stick it out, you can rebuild. Let's go ahead and look at other cards for more context. We have the Two of Trees. Be flexible, okay? The Six of Hearts is the past. And I do believe that that has to do more with, I believe that more of you guys are going to be dealing with a situation where your person or yourself is going to be experiencing a breakdown of those walls that you've built around yourself to protect yourself for whatever reason. And this could be something like pretending to be happy so that people will think that you're happier than you are, that kind of thing. It mostly will do with the past, okay? So another thing is this Three of Swords energy is probably referring to the past in a lot of your situations. The flexibility card just reminds us that we can take care of all of this stuff, okay? We can. We just have to kind of come at it with a go with the flow attitude. That can be very difficult for those of us, and I say us because I'm one of them, who want to really control the situation and who want to plan and all of that. Flexibility can sometimes not come so easy. But that's what's going on, you guys, and it's not horrible. It actually looks like you guys are doing a lot of work here. Okay, and how great is this? So we've gotten our Lenormand, the purpose, okay? The purpose for all of this junk that's going on. When we get the cross can sometimes mean spirituality, but in the Lenormand, these are pretty much pictographs, like hieroglyphics. And this pictograph, we've got this scythe, and then we've got the cross, obviously. With the scythe, that means cutting away, and the cross is burdens. So you're going to be cutting away at some things that have been burdening you, something that's been weighing heavy on your back, heavy on your heart, that kind of thing. So that's what this stuff's about. That's what this kind of breakdown of the situation's about. This is what this heartache's about. You're cutting some major junk out of the situation, out of the picture. And the end result, the ultimate message here is this week, you still will be able to create something out of all of this stuff, okay? So just remember, you guys have free will. So does the person you're thinking of, and this kind of energy changes all the time. I do many love readings. So if this is your situation and if this resonates with you, just know that you'll have ample opportunity to check in with me with the energy and my free content, or you could always book a reading with me to get some more insight so that I can get more specific, because this is all I really feel comfortable saying, because this is a general audience. This can't get too specific. Alrighty, guys. I wish you luck with that. It looks painful, but it also looks very, very cathartic, okay? So you guys are working. All right, so number 2, the white heart. I wanted to go ahead and acknowledge I'm wearing my PJs. I feel comfortable in them, so that's what we got. We're gonna go ahead and start with the tarot. And we have the 6 of Cups, we've got the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Okay, so communication is going to be a big deal for you guys this week. It's not going to be real mature communication, but you still will get some communication. The Page of Swords can sometimes be a little cutting as well with the way that they communicate. So keep that in mind. But what I'm getting more is that the sword in this particular case is like an offer of communication. It's like somebody's going to be reaching out in this relationship. And whether that, for some of you guys, it's going to be your person. For others, it's going to be yourself. The King of Pentacles right now is going to be representing your person, the person you're thinking about right now. Really, really slow movement, but that doesn't mean that there isn't movement. It's just there is really slow movement. This person's just very practical, very cautious. They want to make sure that they are doing what's right. And then you've got the 6 of Cups. You're going to be experiencing a lot of nostalgia. You're also going to be experiencing a lot of memories. You might be recreating a memory with somebody, so that might be something like, for example, going to a place where you had your honeymoon, and it's 10 years later, and that would be the kind of energy that the 6 of Cups brings. Going back, but it's not necessarily going back to fix anything, it's going back to create more. That's the kind of thing it is. So that stuff's going to be going on. King of Pentacles is a pretty major, he plays a pretty major role when he comes up in this. So you also might be dealing with a situation where you're feeling more stable in this relationship, you're feeling more grounded, that kind of thing. Maybe there's some reassurances coming out. You're feeling more calm, that kind of thing. It's a very steady, calm presence, that kind of thing. So kind of keep that in mind. We've also got the Retreat. This is the same card as the Hermit card, 9. You guys might be dealing with a Virgo. I kind of don't like saying signs, because, astrological signs, because if I do it once, I'm going to have to do it again. But I mean, we have earth energy, air energy, and water energy. Okay, so I mean, that's everybody except for the fire signs, okay, at this point. But the Retreat, the Hermit card, is associated with Virgos, so I just wanted to mention that. This is, I love this card. It's my favorite card, is the Hermit, no matter which deck it's in, okay? And it just means that somebody needs to introvert, go within, really seek what's going on inside, and look for answers from oneself, okay? And I feel like this has more to do with your person than it does with you, but I think that it would be beneficial for both of you to be looking at that kind of energy, okay? And the reason why this is so important is that it helps restore us to our equilibrium, our own unique equilibrium. So that it's really important here. And then we've got the Queen of Trees, which is interesting because the trees in this deck are the same as Pentacles. So you've got a matching pair of the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, which is always for me a good sign when I'm doing readings that this is a positive relationship. It's working, it's going to work, that kind of thing. So keep that in mind. This is nurture. So something that you can do, I feel like this is directed more towards my viewers, is that you can nurture the relationship by just really helping it grow in whatever way it feels comfortable to you, okay? And then your Lenormand cards. Okay, you might have, let me make sure this is, okay. Yeah, you might end up in a situation where you're either you're going to be quitting a job, or your person's going to be quitting a job, or there's going to be some aspect, something having to do with money that's going to stop. I mean, I really wish that I could give you more. I'm just trying, I apologize. I'm just trying to focus in on this and see if I can get anything else. Some of you guys might be getting an inheritance. I don't feel like that's going to apply to all of you guys at all. It's going to be like more like, I don't know, maybe 5 of you. We do have the King of Diamonds, and I do not read playing cards, but the King of Diamonds is the same as the King of Pentacles. Do want to mention that. The numbers are 8 and 34 in case that makes a big difference, but mostly it's an ending to a job, or it's preparing for an ending to a job, or maybe an ending to money. Maybe you're coming to an ending with paying off a debt, that kind of thing. It's really odd to me personally that this has come up in a relationship reading, because it doesn't feel like it's just really, I mean, it doesn't feel like relationship energy, but whatever this is, it somehow affects a relationship somehow. So it could be even your person. It could be your person maybe quitting their job, losing their job, or something to that extent. It feels like there's something more. It feels like there's something more to be said. Oh, that's it. It could also be like you find that something that you own is really valuable, and then you decide to either sell it or just, you know, so like getting something appraised, getting something that you own that's really old appraised. That could be something else that's going on. And somehow that connects to your relationship this week. So kind of keep that in mind. It looks really, really smooth though. I mean, because you've got communication, you've got stability, you've got nurture. Yeah, you've got a little bit of retreat. I mean, you've got a lot of it actually. You know, the Hermit card's always going to speak to introversion and going within and all of that, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So yeah, you guys, it looks like you guys are going to have a pretty smooth week with your partner, the person you're interested in. Alrighty. Okay, group 3. Just want to acknowledge, yes, I'm wearing my PJs. I'm comfortable in them, so I'm wearing them. I have PJ days every so often on this channel. Oh my goodness, this is great. 9 of Cups. Okay, so this means wish fulfillment in love, wish fulfillment in relationships. It can also mean that you are able to intuit where this is going, and it's accurate. It's giving you that. It's giving you that reinforcement that you are seeing the situation accurately. It can also speak to preparation as well. I feel like this is a relationship that's about to come together. So just kind of keep that in mind. We also have the 5 of Pentacles. So somebody is feeling they're not getting enough, or that they need something, but they're not getting it, and they don't even realize that it's available to them. Just keep that in mind, you know. You might want to just reach out to your person, reach out to your partner, and ask them if there's anything you can do to help them. Of course, do it within a context that makes sense, you know, just sending a random message and asking somebody, hey, can I help you with something? You know, that's kind of weird. I mean, unless that's your style, hey, I mean, yeah, some people are like that. Some people can do that, and it's totally cool. But the 5 of Pentacles just shows that there are needs that aren't being met. You know, so, I mean, this could even be your needs, though. And this could be a sign to let your person know that, or prepare to let your person know that with the 9 of Cups energy. And then you've got the 8 of Rods. You are just, there's a lot of action going on. It might seem a little aimless, you know, like For example, the Eight of Rods kind of reminds me of throwing darts at a dartboard, like while blindfolded. Like you don't know where they're going, you just know that you want to hit that mark, you know? That's what the Eight of Rods kind of means to me. But it also means, it also means a lot of action, like swift action. I mean, the person, whoever's carrying these rods are moving so fast you can't even see them in the picture, okay? So that's another thing to keep in mind. And this also indicates some fiery, passionate feelings too. So, I mean, you guys are doing good, except for this kind of imbalance right here with the needs being met. Oh gosh, I love this card. You guys got the Knight of Angels. You know, it's funny, this card comes up a lot when I'm doing these general readings. I think that there are a lot of people out there where you've got somebody you're interested in and you guys haven't gotten to that point yet where you're an item. And so, like, they're looking at you on social media, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you have out there. They're trying to check up on you, or they're trying to see if they can get more information about you. The Watcher can also just indicate somebody who's just very observant, someone who picks up on a lot of things. Okay, so this is not all creeper energy or anything. I just love the picture. I have no idea why there isn't anything about this card that speaks to me other than I just like the way it looks. Oh, and then we've got the Three of Stars, which is vision. So you guys are gonna have like a lot of positive stuff. I mean, really, the only thing that's negative is just that somebody's needs aren't being met, and that can be corrected very easily. And I know that because you've got visions, you've got the Knight of Angels, you've got Nine of Cups, the Eight of Rods. This feels very, very positive. Also remember, the Knight of Angels, this is also somebody wanting to make an offer to you. This is, and I don't mean like an offer in job. This is a relationship reading. So this would be your person wanting to make an offer to you. So kind of keep that in mind. And what we've got, oh, look at this. Okay, so Lenormand is read like pictographs, and I know I mentioned that, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand the difference between Lenormand and tarot and oracle cards. Okay. So this is like community. This can also be like chatter, like chatting with each other. This can also be talking to each other, whether it's online or in person. Sometimes people even associate this with Twitter because the birds. And then we've got this fox character. Now the fox character isn't necessarily a positive thing. It can mean somebody who's cunning, somebody who's clever and witty. But it can also mean deception. You know, deception, something that's very charming. So just, you know, if your person starts being very flattering or starts kind of playfully saying some things that you know are a little bit over the top, just be like, oh, come on. I don't, you know, what do you really think? You know, that kind of thing. Point it out to them. That way they know that you want to be serious. You don't want anything like sneaky or, as one of my friends would say, dodgy going on in the situation. I think it's a funny word. So yeah, I mean, this energy also kind of reminds me of the Watcher energy. You've got this fox watching these birds, okay? I mean, what does a fox do, right? Again, Lenormand's not supposed to be read that way, but that just comes to me as another possibility for you guys. So yeah, you guys are going to be doing great. If you need to know anything more about this energy, go ahead and book a reading with me. So I can get a lot more detailed in my private reads. And thank you for watching. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching till the end of my video. I really appreciate it. Just wanted to say that I just love each and every one of you. I'm so excited because today we hit 2,000 subscribers, and it's kind of silly because my channel is growing so fast and I'm getting so many viewers and new subscribers that it seems almost naive to just sit here and celebrate every single one of them, but I still do. So I just wanted to say thanks for all the support, and I just love each and every one of you. You guys are great. I do read the comments. I just can't respond to every single one of them. I have been writing down all of the viewer questions and suggestions for the pick a card readings, and I just want to let you know that those will be rolling out soon. I'm actually even thinking about doing one sometime this weekend. Yeah, you guys, thank you again. I'll see you later.